Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to put shingles on a roof. We already did that side, so now we're going to be doing this side. As you can see, I already put the felt paper and the drip edge. Now the gun I'm going to be using is a DeWalt roofing nailer with 1.5-inch roofing nails. First, I'm going to apply a starter. You can buy these at Home Depot, but I prefer to cut it out of an actual shingle. Let me show you how. I got my utility blade right here with the hook blade, and I'm going to be cutting under the black tar because that's what we're going to be using as our starter. This shed was a 12 by 24 with a 4-pitch roof, and it took 11 bundles in total. Anyways, now I'm gonna nail it on. We're gonna put it flush on the side, and on the bottom it's gonna be sticking up 1/4. So you're gonna get to see some of the drip edge. And you're gonna nail 5 or 6 nails equally spaced out. Next, we're gonna put the shingles. On the shingles, there's this little cut. You'll feel it where my finger's at. This one right here. The starter also has it, and that's where we're gonna nail our shingle onto. On the bottom, it has to be the same as the starter, like 1/8 sticking above the drip edge. That's the way I put it, guys. All straight. Now, let me show you how to nail. We put a nail there, 2 nails in each of these spots, 2 inches apart, and 2 on the end. The next shingle that we're putting has to be touching completely with the other one. And on the bottom, we're still gonna put it 1/8 above the drip edge. Once you see that it looks good, you nail it the same way you did the first one. I also want to point out that you have to make sure you're nailing on the black tar or above it. Don't nail below it, otherwise your nails will show. Now the next shingle is going to go on top of this one. We're going to use that same cut to nail the shingle in the right place. I am going to cut off a square because I'm going to be using this later. Okay, so you see the little cutouts the shingles have? That's where I'm going to put the top shingle. Where my hand is at, there's a little cut that tells me to put the shingle right there. And then on the bottom of the shingle, I'm going to make sure it's barely touching that little cutout. And we're going to nail it how we usually do. From there, it's just repeating the same thing. When putting shingles, you want to create a stairway where all your cutouts align, like this. So from here, I am going to speed it up a little bit. Press that ×2 button to speed it up even faster if you want, so I can show you what happens at the end. We're just repeating the same process, putting the shingles how we always do, and making sure they're straight, guys. Okay, so I reached the end, and I wanted to show you how we have a stairwell now, as you can see. For the end, we need a little bit of starter, so we're gonna put that. I'm gonna cut it out of this one tab. Next, we put the shingles. Okay, so for this part, you see how I'm only putting one tab? Because that's all that's needed on the bottom. I'm not gonna put a whole shingle just to end up cutting it. I'm only gonna put the bare minimum. So on the next one, I only need two tabs. And that's all we're gonna be doing till we reach the top. We're gonna be repeating, doing the same thing, making sure that everything is closed and the cutouts are aligning with the bottom of the shingle. This part of the video will be sped up, so hold down that ×2 button if you want it to go faster. Okay, so we've reached the top already. Now I'm gonna show you how we do the ridge. First, we're gonna get a lot of shingles and cut them out into squares. You're gonna do exactly what I'm doing. You're gonna cut them with your utility blade where the cutouts are, and you're just gonna keep going until you have a bunch of them. Okay, so now on this part, we have to cut out all the extra shingles that are sticking out. You're gonna ride your blade across the drip edge and make sure that you don't cut yourself. But you don't have to go fast, just take your time and just make sure the blade is like going straight with the drip edge. Now we're gonna put the shingles on the ridge. The gray side is what's gonna be shown. You're gonna put 2 nails, one on each side, and then you're gonna get another tab and you're gonna stack them on top of each other. Make sure that you're covering all of the tar. And from there, you're gonna repeat over and over again until you reach the end. But before you reach the end, you're gonna stop about 4 feet away. Another thing I forgot to mention is make sure you're going like centered with the ridge. So you want the middle of the tab completely centered with the ridge so that it looks good. On this part, I will be speeding up, so hold down that times 2 button if you wanna go faster. Okay, so now we reached the end, and now we're gonna start from this side. We're doing the same thing we did on the other side, but on this side now. Okay, so this is the part where we finish the ridge. We're gonna put our last square, and then we're gonna get 2 squares, and we're gonna cut them. One is gonna have the tar, and one is not gonna have the tar. So first we're gonna nail the one with the tar. And last, the one without the tar. You're gonna put 4 nails in each corner. And the last thing to do is cut off the extra shingles that are on the side sticking out, but I wasn't able to show that, guys. Anyways, this is our finished roof. I hope this video helped you out, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.